Welcome, brothers and sisters. Man, you know, it's not easy keeping up with all of these series, man. But I'm gonna try to make this one. I'm gonna try to make this one stick, man. And this series of videos is gonna be called uh, "Message to the Black Man." You know, it's gonna be called "Message to the Black Man," and then it's gonna contain a title, "Message to the Black Man." This video has to do with educating your children, man, especially your sons, man. Black man, if you are allowing your son to go to the public fool system, as many brothers have labeled it, then I gotta question you, man. I gotta question you, man. You allowing your children to attend a system that automatically puts them in the shadows. You know, your sons are being placed in the shadows. It's like they don't even exist in the public fool system. You know, man, what are you men gonna do about it? You gotta get, it's a shame that your children have been given over to creatures who would allow those kids, those boys especially, to be educated by other groups that are in direct opposition to you, direct competition. You know, that's like, it's sort of like black men want, black men know they're at war with another group, with several other groups, and they want these groups to fund their war. They want these groups to provide all the weapons. They want these groups to train them in warfare. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And these other groups are looking at you like, you mean to tell me you black men are not willing to put together any money to uh implement things in your community? You mean to tell me that you want us to do it? Man, you black men are ridiculous, man. Where are the 100,000 black men? I need 100,000 black men who are willing to move forward and stop allowing other people who hate you to educate you. Where are the 100,000 black men? I mean, apparently black men can't count. Black men can't count. You know how easy it is for 100,000 black men to raise $100 million? That basically equates to $19 per week, for an entire year. Black men can literally raise $100 million in a year at $19 per week if they were dedicated. $19 a week. And what could you men do with said $100 million? Where are the 100,000 black men? BAWs have already told you that they're not going to educate your sons. They're not doing it. Okay? It's your responsibility to do it. They don't give a damn about your sons. They just gonna keep walking them down to the bus stop in the morning, to the public fool system. where they are public enemy number one. She too busy. She ain't got time to sit at home and educate your children because she ain't got no husband. You know, she doesn't need a man. She doesn't need no man. You know, so she keeps sending your children off to their own slaughter. You know, and you men have no problem with that. You find no problem with that. You know, man, it's just amazing, man. But you men have to, at all costs, get your sons out of these foolish systems. And I pray that you don't have no children with no BAW, man. Because she is going to be in direct opposition to everything you are telling her. She's not a black man. She is not public enemy number one. So how the hell is she going to lead you? There needs to be black men with their boots on the ground. Black men are the face of homelessness. That's another video in this series of, this series. This is gonna be another, this is gonna be another video. But man, black men, we are supposedly the face of homelessness in America. You make up 6% of the population, but you are the face of homelessness. Man, that is amazing. And all I could think about is how black girls rock. And this black girl magic bullshit. They're so magical that they think somebody else is gonna do it for them. They're waiting on the Most High. They're waiting on Jesus to come and do it. Because they need magic in their lives. Man, you mean to tell me you can't spend time with your children? You mean to tell me she cannot spend time with your children because she's too busy trying to be strong and independent? I don't know. A lot of them are sitting home watching Love and Hip Hop, getting all googly eyed. You mean to tell me she can't turn off Love and Hip Hop for a minute and educate your sons? I guess not. So that it falls into your hands, black man. She has already said black men have to do that. We're not doing it. So if you men have no problem with your sons being miseducated, mistreated, marginalized, isolated, if your son, a lot of times your son, the teacher already has preconceived notions about your son when she walks into the classroom. And a lot of you know this because a lot of you have experienced it. She already has preconceived notions about what your son will be able to accomplish, what your son can achieve, your son's behavior, your son's upbringing, your son's reading, writing, and arithmetic skills, your son's ability to have a normal life. They already have preconceived notions in their head about your sons. Going into the classroom, he hasn't even started yet. And these boys don't make it these boys don't make it any easier on themselves. Just look at the way some of them act. Man. We live in a very selfish society when we are supposed to be the most selfless. You know, we live in a very selfish society when we, according to the Most High, are supposed to be the most selfless. Man, what are you black men gonna do? Where are the 100,000? I need 100,000 black men on deck with no excuses. Where are they? Where are you, black men? You know, I mean, it takes sacrifice. It takes sacrifice. You know, you could have $100 million in 1 year. You know, and it's not like we don't have the numbers. We have, collectively the manosphere has over 100,000 men. If you include the Black Power Negroes and all the rest of them, I mean, when you cross channels such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, I mean, there are a lot of black men who are on the same page. Just because we don't necessarily we're not necessarily interested in rebuilding that community over there, doesn't mean we don't share a lot of the same things. We share the same burden. It doesn't matter who a black man, it doesn't matter where a black man goes. He is a black man. He's still a black man. I mean, they have stories of judges, black men who have been elected to public office as judges, who have been racially profiled and pulled over for no reason. So it does not really matter if you're a judge, if you were in the military, you fought for this country. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you're the president of the United States. I'm pretty sure they would have tried to pull Obama over if they didn't know better. I'm pretty sure he was racially profiled many times. But this is not about them. This is about you black men and what you can accomplish. And what can you accomplish it? Can you black men get together, 100,000 black men or more, preferably more, who can scrape up $20 per week to raise? I mean, if you can do that, if black men could do that, they can raise up 100 million in a year, And then what can you accomplish? Look at somebody like Nas. Nas invested in Uber, and now he's a quote unquote billionaire. But what could you black men invest in with your $100 million? See, because black men have always been accused of not sticking together. Now all of a sudden on the internet, black men are sticking together like crazy, against these wenches and any other person who got something to say about it. We're not your property. You don't tell us what to do. You don't tell us what to think. We will come to a consensus. We will argue out our own points as to what we want to do, because it's our lives that are on the line, not anyone else's. It is our existence. We don't have any help. We don't have any counterparts. Very few sisters. So you might as well say we have none. But I don't want to discount the sisters that are there. I want to give them respect, the respect that they're due. But in the aggregate, we're all alone. We have no one. We have nothing but ourselves. And if we can't do it, Who's gonna do it for you? I told you that nobody's gonna fund your war. You know, nobody's gonna fund your war, black man. You got the. No one's gonna give you the weapons that you need to fight your own wars. No one's going to uh show you how to use said weapons. You know, no one's going to uh help you, black man. No one's gonna help you. You gotta help yourselves. You gotta save yourself, black man. You know, that's what SYSBM was all about. Saving yourself, man. And I am proud of black men in that regard, because black men, there's always been this whole myth about, when black men, start sticking together, it's gonna be hell to pay, you know. And now that's finally happening, and guess who's the chief culprit of trying to tear that shit down? I trust no women. I don't even trust the sisters a lot, because a sister is an emotional creature. All women are emotional. And a lot of you men are fucking emotional as well. Excuse my language, but a lot of you men are very female-like in nature, and you hate correction. You know? You hate correction. But, that is the testament of your manhood. Being able to accept correction and moving forward. You see how that situation happened with with that one guy, I don't know, the dude who got this whole SYSBM thing stirred up. I don't know, I forgot his name, some YouTuber, but y'all put his name in the comment section. But he stirred up a hornet's nest. As soon as he got checked, he went into feelings mode. He started acting just like a woman. I'd expect that from a woman, but I do not expect that from a man. That just looks disgusting. That looks gross. When you see a man start acting like a woman, like a man, when a man, gets checked, he's supposed to be like, okay, well, I understand, hey, I messed up, I messed up. That was my fault. I'm gonna take that L. I'll take that L on that one. Something to that effect, Not, going into some weird ass emotional rant, start threatening people, ready to fight, cursing at people, calling them niggers, nigga this, nigga that, nigga. I mean, those are female traits. We've watched this happen over the course of a year, and we could identify those as female traits, because only the females do that. Only the females do that. They, soon as you deconstruct their argument using logic, reason, and rational thought, they delve into the supernatural, magical, emotional states, trying to get you to concede. Please concede. My feelings are hurt. You're hurting my feelings. I'm crying. Did you see these crocodile tears? Oh, I can't get you to concede with that? Well, look, I'm going to threaten you. I'm going to call Ray Ray and Pookie and Man and get you stomped out. Threats of violence. Nigger. I mean, I didn't know we were niggers still, but, nigger has always been a derogatory term with me. It's never been a term of endearment, such as what the black men, love to use it as a term of endearment, but it's never been a term of endearment to me. But it's always been a derogatory statement. But man, what could you men do with 100 million? Nas invested in Uber. You men could have invested. You could have took $1 million of that 100 million and invested in Uber. You could have took another million and invested in Dropbox. You know, black men are the inventors of a lot of things in this country. I mean, the inventors of a, I mean, aren't you men responsible for the internet itself? Aren't you men responsible for that? But the problem with black men is that they don't have the capital to take advantage or to capitalize off of their inventions. You know, they don't have the capital. But what will black men? You black men created the hip hop industry, a multi-billion-dollar per year industry. You created and you invented the style of dress that everybody uses. Nearly everybody uses. You created that style of dress, but yet and still, you men have not been able to capitalize off of it. So what will you Negroes or black men? I hate to call you Negroes. What will you black men? That Negro thing has always been a derogatory statement. But when I say Negroes, I I'm just saying, don't get emotional about it. But when what are you men? No disrespect. What are you men gonna do when the next black man invents something like didn't black man invent that turkey leg hut thing? I mean, everybody loves the turkey leg hut, for some reason. Why you men couldn't get you a couple of franchises? You couldn't surround your. Where's the black male owned security companies at? I mean, I know there are some out there, but don't you men need protection in your communities? Why you can't build businesses in your communities because Ray and Pookie are around ready to steal everything you got, you know? So where's your security? Where's your black owned security companies, black man? If you men are gonna rebuild your communities, the first thing you need to start with is security. You got to secure the bag, as the BAW was saying. Secure the bag. Get that bag, girl. Get that bag. That's a weird thing, man. You are not even a feminine woman. You're not loyal. You're not I mean, a lot of you ain't even attractive like that. You think because you got a fat ass that, I mean, other women got fat ass. White women got fat asses now. So I mean, you lost in the ass department. All women got fat asses nowadays. So I don't know, man. You thought you was gonna keep those dudes with a fat ass. I mean, that shit is out the window. you know. But you know, it's just insane. Where's your black on your black on investment arm in your community? The investment arm of your community. You gotta, as soon as you men have a nice, business idea, you gotta go to somebody else to get it funded. What could you black men do with $100 million? A lot of you could go SYSBM. And SYSBM is to save yourself, black man. Save yourself in any capacity that you need to save yourself, whether it's through educating yourself, whether it's through getting away from some evil, wicked female, whether it's to pay off your child support early, whether it's to whether it's just to whether it's just to leave the country. Save yourself, black man, whether it's getting your finances in order, whether it's investing amongst the brothers and the sisters. Where's the code of conduct? Where's your code of ethics, black man? Man, but it's a shame. It's a shame how short-sighted black men are. I mean, I'm asking you to invest $19 a week. A lot of you invest that in nothing. I mean, nothing. Cigarettes. Stop smoking cigarettes. The 5 steps in the moral code. You know, wonder why you don't have money to invest. You invest in stupid shit like smoking. You know, destroying your body. You know, you would rather destroy your body than invest amongst the brothers and the sisters. So it's unfortunate, you know. But who is good? Which one of you black men are gonna come out with the next multi-trillion or multi-billion-dollar idea? And everybody and their mother is gonna be able to capitalize off of it because you men have not put together the funds. You know, you know where are these black men gonna go? You know, you could put aside 10 or 15 million to invest in new technologies, new ideas, educating black boys. You know, that must be fundamental. Educating black boys. Nobody else is gonna educate them. You know, you could pay people. You could pay other black men. You could pay other black men to educate these boys. Other black men who understand. Of course, black women are not gonna like that because they don't want you. They really have a problem with you educating your own sons. They believe that these children are their property and they don't want you educating them because education leads to financial stability, which leads to options and choices as far as who these men can deal with. You know, and if a black man has, the less options a man has, he's gonna go to the bottom of the barrel. If that's all he can deal with, he's gonna go to. You know, it's not that he's necessarily. No man is attracted to a woman who's a belligerent asshole unless he's an effeminate idiot. You know, unless his mother has ostracized him for nearly his entire life. That is the only way a man is going to choose a strong, independent BAW over a submissive, complimentary uh woman. You know, I mean, who would do that? I mean, a black man would rather have a 4 or 5 woman that is that compliments him, you know, and I don't mean gives him compliments. I mean is complimentary, you know, is submissive, you know. But he would rather have a 4 or 5 woman that compliments him than have a 7, 8, 9 female with a fat ass. That's black, you know. You know, he would rather have that. So I don't understand why these women keep shaming these men who choose, you know, oh, he with that fat white bitch. He with that fat white bitch. You know, why are you shaming these dudes for being with women who are obviously better than you? You know, they might not look better than you, but they are better than you. You know, your looks are not enough nowadays. Your fat ass is not enough. You know, men have to move forward in life. And they're not going to be able to do it when they got some nagging, whining, bitchy ass, complaining woman who's always putting stumbling blocks in his path. You know, man takes 2 steps forward, ends up taking 2 steps back because he's with the wrong fucking female. Excuse my language. He's with the wrong wicked female. How can you move forward? But you mean to tell me you black men can't get together and do something? You know? I mean, I'm looking for these men. I'm looking for these men who is willing. Where are the men who are willing? I mean, put it in the comment section if you are willing. We need 100,000 black men who can invest $19 a week for an entire year. How hard is that? How hard is it? Stop going to banks looking for capital. Raise your own capital. You know, why you need to go to a bank when you create your own bank? You know, I mean, I wouldn't recommend creating a bank. I would recommend creating a credit union. You know, because you are in, you know, you get a say in the direction of that credit union. You get a say in what direction that credit union will be taken. You can't do that with a bank. They can use your money for whatever. They can use your money to fund some war somewhere in Iraq. Your money is going to steal oil from some Iraqi children. You know, you don't even know it. Where your money's going? Putting it in these banks. I mean, you know, black men could get together, you know, put their money in an escrow account for an entire year. Some of you can only afford to invest, you know, the $19. Some of you can afford to invest more. You know, that's just more available funds to deal with. I mean, to be able to maneuver with. I mean, there are all kinds of financial instruments that you men could be taking advantage of. You know, but it's hard for black men. You know, but there is hope on the horizon. There's hope in IBMOR. There's hope in SYSBM. There's hope in the Manosphere. There's hope in EBM. There's hope with the Passport Brothers. There's hope all around. You know, there's hope in B1. You know, the only problem I see with B1 is that, you know, you can't just tell all black people to go out there and get their paper up. You know, that shit, I mean, it'll work, but it won't work because there's no order and structure within that community. You know, at least within IBMOR, within SYSBM, we have an order and structure. Men come first. See, because men are the ones who are going to be putting their lives on the line. So you know, it takes the man to go before the woman. You know, all these women want you to go first. They want you to die first in any given situation, but they don't want you to lead. You know, they want to be in the front leading, and then when some bullets start flying, they want to run back and run behind you. You go first now. You know, are we equal? You know, I mean, they don't believe in equality. Just get that through your head, okay? Women don't believe in equality. That's just a word they use, okay? They want to dominate and control you. They do not want equality, you know, because there's no such thing as equality in the first place. You know, that concept does not exist. It doesn't exist in human relationships. There's no such, I mean, it exists, but there's no way to achieve it. You will never achieve equality in a human relationship. But anyway, as I stated, man, what are you brothers gonna do, man? This video is about you men educating your children, you know, but first you have to educate yourself. You know, you have to educate yourself. You men have to put together the financial instruments to use to fund your own wars. You know, and the war is about, it's not about going out there robbing, stealing, killing, and murdering people. The war is about saving yourself. The war is within yourself. You know, you men have to figure out how to save yourself. You see, you have enemies all around you, and I made a video about that, breaking all of that down. You know, I need to make another video about it. You know, but but I'm gonna put it out there eventually, maybe. But like I said, man, you men are fighting a war on many different fronts, man, and you cannot expect your enemies to fund your war. You know, you can't expect your enemies to provide your weapons. You can't expect your enemies, foreign or domestic, to uh to teach you how to use said weapons. You know, you can't allow. I mean, if you men are not strong enough not to allow a bunch of women to browbeat you to death, then I mean, I just don't understand this whole B1 thing. Because soon as, like I said, the way, if you build it like that, that's exactly what's gonna happen. Soon as black men, like, let's say you did the whole B1 thing, and black men and black women was practicing equality and they was getting their money up and blah 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 blah. Well, as soon as black men start getting their money up a little bit more than the BAWs, here's gonna come the feminist rhetoric. You know, here comes the feminism. Oh, well, you black men are not sharing equally with the money, and that's why I had to leave the B1 movement, because black men were getting all the money, and and then they wanted to lead, and we need to practice a new paradigm. See, that's white patriarchy. That's white patriarchy, where men get to lead the community, and and we need a new paradigm shift where everybody is equal. Well, get your fucking ass on the front line then, bitch. Excuse my language. You want to be equal? Get your ass out there. Take them slings and arrows. And don't call me, because we equal, right? That means this was going to happen. I'm not going to call you, and you don't call me, because we equals, right? No, 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 but that's not what I meant. I'm talking about the money. We want to be equal when it comes to money, and making all the decisions in the household. But when it's time to go to war and shit, you Negroes need to be out in the front, getting that, taking them bullets, taking them arrows. You know what I mean? Y'all need to be out there. You know, this is what you B1 fools are gonna run up against when you don't set the standard of leadership. You know what I mean? And a lot of them have tried, but but basically it's basically a lot of them are dancing around the issue. A lot of them are really dancing around the issue. I mean, you got to see what's coming down the pipe. You got to see what's gonna happen if you present black empowerment as this equality thing. You know, you're gonna know. You got to see what you're gonna run up against. You gotta address it before it even happens, because if you don't address it now, it's gonna be too late. And the whole shit is gonna implode. Because as soon as you make a woman upset, here she goes, or a weak ass effeminate male who can't take correction. Soon as this happens, soon as you offend one of these idiots, they gonna be, this is why I left the movement, because they're a bunch of bitches and shit, and you know what I mean. This happened and that happened, and whine, 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 bitch, 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 complain, complain, complain. I mean, if you're gonna leave an organization, you don't shit on the organization on the way out, because that organization could be doing a lot of good, you know, unless that organization is just blatantly, hypocritical, just blatantly outright. I mean, you could just see it, like right in front of your face, but as I stated, brothers, man, what are we gonna do, man? Because obviously it's about us, man. Like I said, I would rather see. I want to see a SYSBM, a MMOR. Those are our fraternities. Those are our fraternities. EBM. I would like to see an EBM organization, a SYSBM organization in every black community. you know, because it's sort of like when you get on an airplane, you know what I mean? When you get on the airplane and the oxygen mask comes down, what's the first thing they tell you? Put your mask on first, dude. You know, you can't save nobody else until you can save yourself. How are black men gonna save other people when they can't even save themselves? You know, man, save yourself, black man. Anyway, ay ay ay. On that note, I want to say peace. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you think. Get on the 5 steps and adopt a moral code.